So,
No, I wasn't questioning that. Like,
yeah, I still got the hockey game on, but there's only 2 games tonight, so it doesn't it's like all right, light night. It's like yes.
okay, welcome back to the Rock and Roll channel. Special guest tonight on the show. I've got issues with X all day today, so I'm glad they made it on. Yeah, it's not streaming live to X. We are just on YouTube tonight, fellas, and that's okay. My co-host is always Stevie Breach. He doesn't like when I call him this, but the YouTube legend Stevie Breach. And as we're on the way to WrestleMania, I got to remind people of that. Special guest, now a dear friend of mine, Jim Behringer. If you're a hockey aficionado, you have seen Jim all over the place, covering hockey, start to finish. But he's also a huge wrestling fan, too. I asked him to come on tonight, the road to WrestleMania. He was so pumped to come on and talk some wrestling with the boys. So, Jim, welcome to the show. Stevie, great to see you again, as always.
That's
all
it.
Right.
I loved it. Thanks for having me on. It's great
Thank you for coming.
Here.
Seriously.
Jeremy, thanks for jumping on our IG live the other day.
Yeah, I had fun.
Coming in, jumping comments. We appreciate that. Me and Teddy loved it. Go check us out. The Nightcap Recap is my show that we do, football, whatever. Shoot the breeze. We talk a lot of wrestling, but I was telling these guys off air, that's how it was born. 6 years ago, I think next week is our 6-year anniversary. Because that thing called COVID-19 that apparently we lived through and somehow made it out on the other side, but that's where it was born. I mean, I used to do clips and say Nightcap Recap and all that stuff, but the show was officially born during COVID, and here we are. We're still rocking and rolling. People loving it. People love the wrestling talk. We do football over there as well. We got a lot of things to get into. I'm glad to be here to talk some wrestling tonight because I am worn out from the hockey talk.
I wonder why.
I wonder why. But it's always fun to talk wrestling with guys that love it. Oh. And, Jeremy, Steve, I know you guys love it. I love to be here talking with the guys. I love to be a mark.
You're the man, Jim.
We're in good company then. We're
great company. You got 3 old school wrestling people here.
Oh, old school. I'm very old school when it comes to it.
Oh, yeah. So I'll tee it up for you guys. Whoever wants to go first, fine by me. You called it on your. I have to give you props before I even bring this up, Jim. You mentioned the Usos the other day on your Instagram live show. Of course, it wouldn't be a Roman Reigns storyline without the Usos, who are irrelevant at the moment, having to be involved. Yeah. And I'm not trying to be a hater, but it's always like when they're irrelevant, they're like, let's get them involved with Roman. It didn't need them. It didn't need that. Roman and Punk sells itself, in my opinion. But I thought the promo segment was really good. What did you guys think?
Yeah, I'll jump in here. I'm going to go first on this because, we talked about it on our show the other night up on Specialty and Nightcap Recaps up there as well. Yeah. But, again, I like it because it made me feel something. It gave me an emotion, right? We need something here because Punk's carrying it like Cody carried it for a while because, Roman part-timer. He's working the Rock schedule. He's Santa Claus. He's one day a year. So that's what it is. Sorry, I call back to a lot of his promos because I think there's some of the best. But no, all serious, it made me feel something.
Me too.
Punk taking shots, making guys, and they hit him, and it was great. And that's what you want in wrestling. You want to feel. You want to be into the story. You want to feel something. There has to be an emotional connection that makes you want to watch the match one way or another, whether you're a Roman guy, whether you're a Punk guy, whether you just want to see a good match, good storytelling. It made me feel something.
Steve, what'd you think?
My mind immediately went to where are they going and what are they doing? The whole reason why the Jey Uso went back to being a member of the Usos, I think that this is to make him a bigger superstar that people will look at and believe that he is a real main eventer. I think this is setting up the Usos getting back into the corner of Roman, who that sort of got broken up back at Clash in Paris when Roman lost to Bronson Reed because the Usos came down and interfered, and then he said, I don't want to see you till Christmas, even though they tagged up at Thanksgiving. But I think what this is building up is the Usos are going to think that they are, family with Roman again. Roman is going to use them. Jay's going to figure this out. And I think Jay is going to be the reason why Punk wins at WrestleMania. I think we are going to see Jay turn on Roman, and we are finally going
to. Before. I mean, it's nothing new.
Yeah,
no, I have a theory.
I'm sorry, it's not like earth shattering if that happens.
No, but Steve, I got a theory on this. I said this. I was texting Teddy yesterday. We're saying this, and I was like, "How about there's a subtle, accidental costing Roman of the belt? Not like a straight up like heel turn, but like something that leads down the way. Like give me a nimble or something. Give me a teaser at Mania, but it's an accidental costing Roman of the title, like we saw, similar to what we had at like Clash, where we're building towards something.
Right, and it wasn't a title match, but at the Triple Threat last year, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like that, like not full on heel turn, but something where you're leaving the audience wanting more because again, Roman goes away. So if you give us the full on heel turn and he's not there, what are we doing after the fact?
That's right.
But I think this leads to Jay beating Roman. I think we're going to get a replay of 2020. We might have to wait till SummerSlam, but when Roman finally shows up, we do
23. Didn't they main event SummerSlam?
Was that him and Brock? Nashville?
Oh, no, that was no 23 was Cody and Brock and Roman and Jay.
Oh, I got you.
So I think he's like 0 for 3 against Roman or something.
Oh,
I like that idea. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But I think he finally gets over the hump. They can push him as a singles guy, and people are going to believe him. And he's not going to be looked at as the worst Royal Rumble winner of all time, and blah 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 blah.
That's a good point. I liked it because once you can get personal and real and blur the lines of reality and a work, you have us. Roman and Punk did that. I didn't think they needed to bring the father in it, but it all tied and made sense with the Usos. I liked it when they hit Punk, and then they kind of walked away like confused. Did we do the right thing or did we not? If they had just beat him up like Judgment Day, beat up Finn Balor, it'd have been like, all right, we saw that coming. They walked away confused if they're really siding with him or not. That's how did you see it like that when they walked away like shaking their head like, should we have done that? Should we not?
All the videos they posted online after kind of made it seem like everybody was friends. You had the Usos hanging out with LA Knight. CM Punk was walking out a minute later. Like, what happened when the show went dark to where you were posting this video a minute later where it seemed like everybody was back together?
Yeah.
Well, that's blurring the lines of reality.
Yeah.
Like that's what you're talking about, right? I know kayfabe is dead and no one wants again. Like, would that happen back in the day? No. Well, I mean, Rock and Austin used to do it all the time, like try to, get the crowd. Like they like to give the crowd some stuff in the dark segments, but that stuff was never posted.
No,
and it's only getting posted now because no one ever it was only the early ages of.
And Rock Austin were kind of the first heels to really work the crowd like a babyface.
Right, exactly. So I mean, I like the idea of a Jey Uso Roman SummerSlam match where Jey gets over him finally, like similar to what we had with Rock and Austin, right? Like Rock was always losing those big matches, and then Austin put him over on the way out. Obviously, no one really knew that Austin's last match was WrestleMania 19, but I think Rock was winning regardless if that was Austin's last match or not, whatever. But I think Jay's, like, I agree with Steve. Like, you have to make Jay credible because it's right now he doesn't feel credible, and I think people are tired of the yeeting and the mid-match yeeting and all this stuff, like running it back. Like we can't keep doing that. Like he has to be sent. He's got to be established star, and if he's not, that's okay. We tried it; it didn't work. Now let's try to find the next guy.
Yeah, I agree. Back to Punk though, I think he's really stepped his game up in the last 2 weeks, and I hate. I call it like I said. I'm not a Punk fan because the first time they went head to head, him and Roman ran circles around him, and we said if this is the Punk we're getting, Roman's going to school him. Punk went back to his old ways a little bit, where he shows some anger and is not afraid to take shots. I like that side of him.
I liked his character of being not able to say he was sorry, even though you could see on his face that he wanted to apologize to Jay. He didn't want to lose Jay.
He felt bad for upsetting them, yeah.
But he couldn't say he's sorry. I mean, that's part of who CM Punk is that he can't say he's sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to be a historian, Roman has apologized to the Usos a few times. So that's why he kept saying, but I don't like to play that game. I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought the segment was really good. Like when they came out, I'm like, oh, what are they going to do? Like, here we go. The Usos have to be involved. But it gives you something to talk about when Roman's not there.
Right. And
so they have
Punk has to carry it. Because Punk has to carry it because he's not there. And again, I agree. Like when Punk runs heel in his promos, because he's like a tweener-ish guy right now.
He's so cookie cutter now.
When he runs heel in his promos, that's the best CM Punk. Like when he doesn't give a crap, when he just says whatever he wants and he just goes off the cuff, that's the best CM Punk. That's when you get the best CM Punk. And that allows other guys to step their game up.
I agree. What do you think, Steve? Have you been impressed with Punk the last couple of weeks since Roman destroyed him that first time?
Can I be
that was by design. I don't know.
I want to care about this. I know once we get there, I'm going to love it. I'm the biggest WWE mark of all time. I'm feeling nothing about this whole WrestleMania deal. Like,
really?
Raw is good, but I mean, like, it's not grabbing me to be like, I need to go to this WrestleMania, or like, I can't wait to watch it. Like, I know I'm gonna watch it.
I think I got the same emotions, to be honest.
Yeah. Like
yeah. I don't know. I think SmackDown's been better the last couple of weeks.
Oh, hands down, it's been better.
Much better. Like it's kept me interested, and that's a 3-hour show versus like the 2. I've been. I
think SmackDown's been way better. Like I like SmackDown. I think. Well, again, this is you guys. Remember during the early days of the Ruthless Aggression, the SmackDown 6, like SmackDown was always a better show anyway. Feels like we're going
better wrestling was on SmackDown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the SmackDown right now has got a little bit of better wrestling and everything. And like speaking of SmackDown, like I know there's a lot of Cody hate or whatever you want to call it. I think it's more of hate towards how we're building towards the WrestleMania Orton and Cody Rhodes match. Like I've said, I don't like how we got here, but I get why we're going here because it's money match, right? Now, with that being said, I liked Drew as champion. He should have had it a few months earlier, like the other 4 times that him and Cody wrestled. And I'll keep going to this, and you guys are old school like me. Maybe you'll disagree. I don't know. When you have a 3 stages of hell match, that's your blow-off match. These guys should be separated for at least a year. Like, we should not have to we shouldn't have had Cody and Drew again almost a month later after that match. Like, that shouldn't have happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
That shouldn't have happened.
Yeah. I'm thrilled with Orton Rhodes. Those are 2 of my all-time favorites. We've never really had a match with them. There's so much storyline with their friendship, with legacy. 3rd-generation wrestlers or 2nd for Cody? 3rd for Randy.
No.
Dusty said I don't think wrestled.
No, because it's 2nd generation because I think his brother was there, but I don't think.
But they're brothers, so they're both.
So I don't think that counts.
Yeah, Randy's 3rd, 2nd, whatever. Legacy. I think it's just it's something I've always wanted to see.
And you can call back to the end of WrestleMania 40. You could call it back and you could find the still photo of Randy looking at the belt.
Ooh.
Yeah, there's been a lot of Easter eggs for this one.
Yeah,
a lot. When Cody came back, Randy welcomed him back in the ring. They've been building to this since Cody came back.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think it's because Drew versus Randy or Drew versus Cody doesn't sell. We've seen it.
First of all, Drew and Cody, like the issue was it was supposed to be Roman, Cody, but no one wanted to see it. They've done it too many times.
Cody pushed for that. Yeah. Cody and Roman pushed for that.
Right. And Cody and Drew, but we've seen that just as many times. And the original plan was to be a blow-off match, which was supposed to be Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
I think the reason why they didn't do Hell in a Cell, which I love, is they'd never be able to top that as a WrestleMania main event ever again. I mean, you would have to like go extreme stipulations every year. Everybody would always point at why aren't they doing a Hell in a Cell?
Well, the next step up in that kind of event you would have to eliminate the previous pay-per-view.
I was gonna say they saved that stuff for Extreme Rules.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is like so originally why the Elimination Chamber was born was because SmackDown did the Hell in a Cell with Brock and Undertaker at that No Mercy. So Raw had to up the game. So we had the Elimination Chamber at Survivor Series, but that became its own like pay-per-view, PLE, whatever. And like that's kind of like the final go home pay-per-view before Mania, and it's like a building block. And then if you like, I agree with Stevie. He's like, well, if you did the Hell in a Cell match, well, now you have to do something to top that every year. When the next and the only way to do it is to eliminate the pay-per-view that is the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, and they want to make that like one of the big four now.
They want all
big three, whatever.
Yeah, they want everybody going everywhere.
I know.
Like, but I like Drew. I like Cody and Orton. I like the match. It sells. It'll sell a pay-per-view. It sells WrestleMania, and we've been wanting it.
Oh yeah, and I'm fine if they're both babyface going into it. I don't think that'll be the case.
No, I think Cody's turning heel at the event, though.
I think he wants to.
I know he wants to.
I know. I think he does. Like deep down,
like
he's giving teasers.
What else has he done? What else does he have to do in a company?
Yeah, and he's not getting the pops like he was 2 years ago.
I mean, look, he got the pop.
How can you keep that up?
Look, he got the pop when he won the title. Like,
yeah, of course.
But everybody,
it's still over. But I mean, like,
but everybody can agree here. Everybody pops for a title change,
especially on a TV show.
Is that fair? Like, is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
Yeah, especially on a live TV show where you're not used to seeing on a Raw or SmackDown. I was at 2013 when Alberto Del Rio took the title from Big Show.
Oh,
it was a SmackDown that was taped. Place went insane.
You know where I was at? When Ziggler cashed in after Mania.
Oh, you were there? You were too, right? Oh no, you weren't.
That was East Rutherford. That was the night after 29. That was after 29. That place went insane.
Yeah.
That place was insane.
No, they said that was one of the loudest pops. Like,
oh my god.
But real quick,
I just get chills thinking about it because it was awesome.
That's what I mean. Next time it peaks. I was at. We're talking about cash-ins. I was there when Ambrose cashed in.
That was a good cash-in.
Money in the Bank. That place was.
That was a good cash-in.
That was a great cash-in.
Yeah.
I lost the bet to the guy next to me. I didn't even care. But yeah, I'm all for it. I think Cody Orton sells. I had heard like Roman had pushed a little bit to have another match, have the trilogy with Cody, and he wanted to beat him clean to end the whole, like, you know, he can't win without Heyman or the Usos or anybody.
Save that. Save it.
I mean, you always have that in the chamber.
Right.
No pun intended.
But again, did we need it for WrestleMania? Because this is the issue what I'm having right now. We're building, but it's reactive building. It's reactive to the market and the internet wrestling community. Right. Not guys like us, but like the idiots on Twitter and all that stuff. It's like, oh, well, we don't need it. This stinks. I'm not going to do it. Like, oh, you say it. You say you don't want it, but you know you are going to watch it.
They'll be the first ones complaining because they'll have watched it regardless.
Right. Exactly.
And remember, they're booking. I think I mentioned it on your show. Sorry, Jim.
No.
They said that they have to take into account what the Saudis want for this year.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how true that is.
I don't know, because a lot of what's going on right now has been reactive to the market because they've gone back to Vegas again. So
yeah, and they're partners with the UFC now, and the UFC probably told them how having multiple events in Vegas just means more money. It's very UFC blueprint type thing there. I wasn't shocked when they decided to go back to Vegas because Vegas did such a great job last year.
That's debatable.
Well, we haven't had back-to-back Manias in the same place since 4 and 5.
But they're paying for it right now. I mean, like, it's obvious. There's going to be empty seats. I mean, like, there's a chance you.
Yeah, but they're going to still make a boatload.
All 4 major championship matches already named. What are they going to put on this card that somebody's like, that's it, I'm going?
As of now, I'm going to be in Vegas. I don't know if I'm going to the show, Steve. I was telling Jim, I'm as now I think I'm going to be in Vegas that week. I don't know if I'm going to the show.
Well, this is an open invite to our show that week. I want to hear what the buzz is. You're coming on the night.
Yeah, I'll be live from Vegas. Boots on the ground.
Yeah,
please.
We need you on.
Boots on the ground. I'll do it live from the stadium. I don't care. But Yeah, like I hadn't told you yet, Steve. I think I'm going to be up there the week, but I'm not motivated to buy a ticket yet. And I'm not sounding like one of the Twitter guys. I'm just saying they're not selling that fast.
No, they're not, because they're
not like last year. You better get them now.
Yeah, because it's overpriced and the card's not going to be. Well, I can't say it's not going to be good, but the two main matches are good, and the two women's title matches are going to be really good. But like, what else are we putting on this thing?
You got to sell on the mid card. You've got to sell on stuff we don't always get to see. Make you go, wow. This is
like Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. That could get me.
I could see Gunther. I could see Gunther being Brock.
No, because Gunther's going to retire him at SummerSlam.
That's right. That's what his job is now.
Yeah.
If we are jumping ahead, why are we doing this Seth Rollins thing if Seth Rollins isn't going to fight Brock?
What do you mean?
Okay, they're telling us on Raw that Paul Heyman is injured. He has spinal something from the curb stomp. He got facial lacerations. Right. They don't know when he's going to come back. We have, Seth Rollins dancing around with 12 goons trying to hide who.
I like that.
That was funny.
I think, honestly, Rollins is going to fight Brock for what he did to Heyman. I think he's trying to get to Heyman. I think that's what it is. So, I mean, that cuts off a lot of other guys. I don't know what Gunther's doing. I don't know what Obafemi is going to be doing. But, I think the match is Seth versus Brock if Seth's able to do it. And I think we've seen in the past from him trying to get the WrestleMania 32, even though he wasn't able to get cleared, for everything he did to make sure he wrestled at WrestleMania 40. Seth loves this business. I think he loves us, honestly. I think he's going to do everything he can to make sure he's there to wrestle at this show.
Oh, well, he's already medically cleared to wrestle, so let's, get that out of the way.
Like I said to you, Steve, when I saw him at the Super Bowl being perfectly fine.
Oh.
I saw him perfectly fine in the run-up during the Bears playoff games.
That too.
It was fine.
Yeah, we knew that was a word.
I think what they're waiting on, is the medical diagnosis of Braun Breaker. If Breaker can actually get to Mania off this surgery, that's the match that they want to do.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
That's why they're using Logan Paul and Austin Theory as like a filler.
If he can't, I can see
they're
Brock
fighting the Usos. They're going for the tag titles. That has to be
but they're the filler right now to deal with Seth while Braun's up.
Keep
the vision storyline going.
Right. Well, the one and only true Visionaries was the tag team in the 1990 Survivor
I did
Series.
like that tweet today.
Do you like that? Did you
like that? Before my Twitter went down, I loved it, man.
That was great, right? Yep.
Hercules, Paul Roma.
Power and Glory, Warlord, Marta Martel. That's
Warlord lives right by me. Warlord, Jim, he lives right by me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, my uncle used to live near Bam Bam Bigelow in Jersey, so that was cool.
Asbury Park?
Yep.
Okay. See,
I know.
Right? Is that what it was? Sandwiches? Bagels?
Who?
Bam Bam. Like he had like not a restaurant, but like a deli that you go and get sandwiches.
Yeah, he did. He was he was a silent owner in that deli.
Okay.
They made it seem like in the magazine, like
DDP discover him like on the shore.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't know, but the stories change like every time.
I know. He was one of my favorites, like back.
He's going to the Hall of Fame this year. I don't care, like if it's like a non-big thing because he's passed away and it's one of the legacy guys. Bam Bam's got to go.
Bam Bam absolutely has to go in.
He did things at his size we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, dude, moonsaults from the top rope. He was doing that was ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. When you just joined WWE and you're doing a run with Hogan as a tag team,
that's huge. That's saying
you're
something.
Like the guy.
Yeah,
which was the biggest mistake ever because he couldn't handle it.
Yeah,
which I don't blame him for.
No.
But I guess I'll move this on a little. So
real quick to the Brock Lesnar thing.
Yeah,
I like the idea because if Braun Breaker can't go, that makes sense for Seth. It does. Like it makes sense. I don't personally. I've seen it, but it makes sense.
Is that why you had Brock back with Paul?
I guess.
That way he can get under Paul Heyman's skin.
Yeah.
Okay.
It kind of
all
makes
of a sudden
sense.
they're together. Oh, they were part of the Division together, I guess. Oh, Brock for 119.
Brock's not in a Division.
He did a Survivor Series.
Yeah,
he had a friendship with them for 1 night.
They're like every time we've seen Brock, we've seen Paul, even though we don't see Braun and Bronson with Brock other than the War Games deal. But like everybody's still kind of
Roman at WrestleMania. On the last one. No, absolutely. Yeah. Brock doesn't need Paul, but that's another story. No. I think that's a time where you do a surprise. Like if you're ever going to bring back Chris Jericho, that's the time.
They got history with each other.
Yeah.
They really got history with each other.
Absolutely. That's a good point. That's what I don't know. And I don't know what Jericho's contract situation is. Reports are that he got it frozen.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know what his tour's like, so I don't know if he would even be in town.
Knows? And who knows if you're in shape or not? You don't want to come back not looking great.
I mean, apparently from his Instagram photos, he's rocking. He looks in phenomenal shape. Yeah,
that's awesome. That tells you something, because he does tend to sometimes get out of shape on his Fozzy tours.
Oh yeah, but he looks like he's ripped. So I mean,
that's a sign.
So, I don't know if it'll be WWE. Maybe he goes back to AEW. I really don't know. I don't know.
I think he was all set to go. I don't know what's happened because he was giving all those teasers on Instagram. He was showing like him back in the day in WWE.
Yeah, I know.
He did an interview saying, "No, I'm not opposed to going back."
No, I know. It just
and he's seeing what they're doing for a lot of these legends on the way out now.
Well, and that's the other thing. Like, how many retirement tours do we need this year?
You know, it's funny. Cena suggested to AJ Styles to do that type of tour.
He didn't want to do it.
He said, "I can't."
No.
No. That's why it was crazy how within 2 months we lost. Not lost. I don't want to say lost, but Tanahashi, Cena, and AJ.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, Tanahashi, we knew for about a year that was his last match,
and Cena too. We knew.
Yeah, but I thought AJ was gonna have one more Mania match.
I'm sure they wanted to. Yeah. He pushed it a little bit. I think he wanted to finish at Rumble because that was where he started at.
Yeah.
10-year anniversary of when he got there, like full circle moment.
Yeah.
In that sense, you can say you beat the house, as Gallows would say.
Yeah.
But okay, so we talk. So, man, Jim, what's on your mind in the wrestling world? You said you got some things to talk about, man.
Yeah. So, all right. So this one goes back a while.
Okay.
So for me, we got to stop with the hate in wrestling. Like, I need PSA, like, coming on here.
Please.
Whether you like AEW, whether you hate it, whether you like WWE, you hate it, whether you're TNA, whatever. Just enjoy it all, man. I've been saying this for 3 years. You will regret not enjoying this moment, this era of wrestling. When you have this much going on, you gotta enjoy it. Like, because it's gonna be gone, and then we're gonna be like, yo, what happened? Like, we all love the Attitude Era. Why? Because we had the WCW Monday night, like the Showdown. Because, like, I tell everybody, like, all these people are, like, hating. Like, I see on the boards, it's like, oh, well, I don't want to watch AEW, competition, this and that. It's like, bro, you didn't grow up in the Attitude Era. We're trying to flip channels, like, every 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
When is the NWO coming on?
Yeah, when is the NWO coming out? What's DX doing?
Right.
Like, that's how invested we were. Like, we set up 2 TVs to watch. And
this was not where you had on Twitter, coming up next.
No, you didn't know what was coming next. Like, Rhodes would set up 2 TVs to watch Nitro.
We did every week.
So, my PSA to the wrestling community out there is enjoy it. Because it's going to be gone. And then you're just going to be like, what happened? It's a golden age of wrestling right now. With so many companies right now doing things. And so many.
Thriving. The business is thriving.
The business is really thriving. And think about it. Where did a lot of the top guys come from? Like, we all forget this promotion, but NWA, right? Like, the NWA Power Show during, like, COVID, right before pandemic and all that stuff, they produced Ricky Starks, LA Knight. Nick Aldis was world champion before he jumped over to be GM. Like, they had a lot of talent there that jumped to both companies. So, I mean, and the fact that TNA is still going, like, that makes me smile because, like,
with a new TV deal.
With a new TV deal, I'm on the commercial, by the way.
There we go.
I am. I gotta send you guys the thing.
Please.
Yeah. So, Yeah, I made it on the commercial because my buddy Teddy and I went to July. We went to Slammiversary because it was like in Long Island. So we're just like, why not? Let's just go, right? Its tickets were cheap. And they did like the documentary for Slammiversary and everything. And I was a big TNA like. So for people that don't know, I kind of like during the Ruthless Aggression era, I kind of like drifted to TNA because they were doing something different. Because I was getting tired of their
2010 to 2012 run, 2013. Man, that roster was loaded.
Right, but even before that, I go to 2004 to 2010 before Bischoff. Yeah. That roster was really loaded.
Yeah. Dixie did not she was not cheap.
No.
If you split Raw and SmackDown into two different shows, like two different locker rooms, I think TNA had a better locker room than Raw or SmackDown.
They did.
Absolutely.
I mean,
how many Hall of Famers were there? Sting, Angle,
Mafia.
Sting, Angle, AJ Styles, Bully Ray, and they developed young talent there.
Yeah, the X Division was awesome.
X Division was amazing. Kazarian, Daniels. Well, they weren't that young, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but I mean, they were to people who didn't know who they were on the indie scene
before he was 30. Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't know who these guys were. I mean, it was great to see this talent like that. The America's Most Wanted, Team Canada, all these guys were just killing it. I'm like, this was great. Weird. I mean, Ron Truth Killings was there.
The Road Dogg, yeah. That's something I think to piggyback off what you were talking about, this golden age of wrestling, because right now, and I'm not trying to be that complainer, is there's a huge drop off between the top guys who are all in their early to late 40s right now, or older, and the young generation coming up. So I'm saying, 10 years ago, we knew you got Owens, you got Zayn, you got Balor. We knew that there was going to be guys to carry the flag. Right now, there's a huge drop off, I think. In WWE, at least.
I mean, I think the next
enjoy it now,
right? But I think the next guy that's coming is Trick
and Javon Evans. I think.
Yeah, I think Trick to me is the next big main event guy they have there.
They don't have 8-10 guys right now.
No, well, that was Vince's problem though. He rode off
the Attitude Era.
Right, he rode those guys, Triple H, Austin, Rock, all those guys, and the only thing that they developed was OVW. Outside of the first two classes, and then after that, no one came.
That's why they kept moving it all the time.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that OVW class was Cena, Brock, Orton, and then you had that one NXT group with Zayn, Owens, Balor, Bailey, Charlotte. Well, he was before them.
Yeah,
that was FCW, but he was in NXT for a bit. But I'm talking about that one group with Zayn, Balor, Owens, Bailey, Charlotte, Sasha. I mean, that was loaded.
Nakamura was next.
Nakamura, absolutely.
Joe before he got hurt.
Was there for a bit. Tyler Breeze.
Bobby Roode came up.
Bobby Roode, Adam Cole, Tyler Breeze. I mean, they had guys.
Oh,
I don't see that right now in NXT.
Oh, because that show sucks right now.
They gutted it, man. They anybody
they gave them too much power when you're on. Those guys knew, man. I gotta bust my ass every week because this roster's so loaded. And we're on the WWE Network. People bought the WWE Network for that 1 hour show.
1 hour.
To get on the show.
It was a 1 hour show on the network with a 2.5 hour, 3 hour pay-per-view Saturday before a main roster show.
Correct. And you had to fight for your spot there.
And they killed it every time.
Oh, that was the whole thing. They always would say follow that. So they had to keep moving the NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah.
To not screw up the main roster pay-per-view.
Because what did you see on Twitter? It was dude, WWE has a lot to live up to now.
I know. Vince didn't like NXT overshadowing them.
No, well, NXT was the best brand they had at that time.
Oh, when they had that one group, plus Baron Corbin, plus I know I missed Enzo and Kaz, FTR. It was I used to go.
DIY was there.
DIY, yeah, I remember.
Who was there? Who was the tag team? Authors of Pain.
Oh. Dude, I don't know how they
knew them when they were doing security in the stands at NXT shows.
Yeah.
Before they got on TV.
How did they mess up with those guys?
Braun Strowman was there for 3 matches.
Even when they brought him back years later, when they were standing out there with Cross, those guys as a group, that team looked unbeatable. I don't know how they lost.
They were $1 million. I don't know what.
You had Aleister Black, Ricochet,
Ego.
What was it?
He came after.
EC3 was there. Like Lars Sullivan. Like they had like this talent. The Undisputed Era. I mean, that roster was loaded.
Oh yeah, they kept it going for a while, even after the Owens and Balor's and Zayn's went up.
Like it kind of died like 20.
Yeah, you had Braun Breaker. I get that. You had Carmelo. Carmelo Hayes, I thought would be a bigger star so far. I like him though. I like him as a babyface right now. I didn't think I'd say that, but I like the open challenges every week. I think it's a great way to get people over.
Well, you gotta do something with these mid card titles. That's the problem. I think Cena made that U.S. Open title run so much that it was. I think that's the way you got to do it with that belt.
I don't. I think you got to have a feud because that guy's got nothing.
You can develop a feud off an open title
match, but what are we looking forward to? We don't even know what his next match is.
Also, a great way to surprise and debut people.
And put the freaking thing on a PLE every once in a while.
I agree
with that. I agree. Well, I think Owens and Cena had a feud coming out of that.
Yeah,
when Owens debuted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a. I think the open challenge. Yeah, I think if they can develop feuds out of the open challenge, keep running it. The problem is like, who do they believe in?
The difference is, I'm sorry, with Cena, since he was the star he was, you can always guarantee top of the second hour when the ratings mattered the most. You can put him right there in that spot, and the ratings were going to shoot. Carmelo's not going to have that effect.
No,
you can't think of it from a rating standpoint.
No,
like Cena. That's why when they lost Cena, he got hurt. They were like, that was a guaranteed second hour boost every time.
Yep.
We don't think about that in booking.
No.
Oh, put this guy here, ratings, put that guy there. Or this
there's a lot of stuff that goes behind the scenes.
Of course.
But I could definitely tell WWE, like some of us know how to book their shows better than they do.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can tell they have writers who have no wrestling knowledge.
None.
And how much say does Netflix have on Raw?
Too much.
There you go.
Well, we know WWE. We know WWE has too much say when it comes to ESPN because the writers don't grade stuff anymore, which is a travesty. Because why should they care about a thing that's supposedly scripted anyway?
That was funny because when Fox took over for that huge payday, Fox had big say in booking.
Yeah,
that was when Vince started. I really thought to lose it a little.
He would
never have allowed a TV. He would never have allowed USA or those places to tell him how to book.
No, he told USA to go.
Yeah, even when they begged him, like, please don't let the Ultimate Fighter come on after. Actually, no, they wanted it. It was Spike TV.
Yeah, Spike TV. Yeah.
Yeah, Paul Heyman told him don't do it.
Yeah.
Because I guess it was in their contract that WWE. They controlled whoever came on after them.
Yep.
And they suggested Ultimate Fighter, and Vince like, I don't care. It's nothing to do with us. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that.
I think that's what made UFC the company that they are now. It was getting on.
What's up, fellas? This is Renegade Fight, one of my nobodies. What's up, fellas? I'm gonna ask you guys this question. He thinks WWE should bring back the old television title from the NWA 1980s.
Like, how many belts do we need, though?
Come on, this ain't AEW. All right, come on.
Yeah, we got like 25.
And does Billy Corgan have the rights to that belt with NWA company?
I don't know if Renegade watches week to week, but if he does and he likes the idea of a television title, watch SmackDown. That's what Carmelo Hayes is with the United States title. That's what we were just talking about, how he puts the title on the line each and every week. That's the same thing that the TV title used to be.
I think, you know what we should bring back, though, if there was a title that we could bring back? I'd bring back the Cruiserweight title.
I got a better idea.
What?
I like the Cruiserweight. I want the hardcore.
I'm just saying that helps develop the young talent. Yo, bring back 24/7 rule?
Absolutely. Hardcore.
I don't think you guys remember what we were sitting through with Dana Brooke and Reggie. And
no, I mean, that was
that was the 24/7 title. That was stupid.
That was just but the hardcore title was actually really cool.
You want Holly fighting in the river.
That was cool.
That was great.
I'll tell you, 24/7 would have been the worst title in history if it wasn't for R-Truth.
Oh, yeah. R-Truth made it.
He saved that belt from
Jesse. Yeah, he really did. Look, the only reason I say Cruiserweight titles because it helped develop talent, not only WCW.
That's what you have, they have the Mexican company now.
Yeah, I know. But like, how many people watch AAA now? Like,
true.
I'm saying like you have 3 hours on Fox. I'm not Fox. USA. You have 2.5 hours on Raw. Like you could develop a light heavyweight cruiserweight division. And I thought the matches when they did have the cruiserweight title were really good. It just develops your younger talent. It gets them on television.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know if you could do this now. La Greca, like 10 years ago, had a suggestion. Remember that fall period till maybe close to Survivor Series? Between SummerSlam and Survivor Series was like the worst time of wrestling of the year.
Yeah. Well, it's because they got killed because of football.
Football and whatever, just booking. It just always was just a downtime. Survivor Series thing would pick up. He has suggested, like, man, kind of send the A team home for a couple months, let them recharge. Have a B team that gets to main event pay-per-views,
I'll be down
main
with
event
that.
Raws. He goes, what kind of stars you could get out of that? Maybe these are already pay-per-views that are kind of duds anyway. I think you can do it even more now because you're guaranteed to have people watch it. It's not like they're forking out $40 a month on pay-per-views.
I mean, that was kind of what like the in your house pay-per-views were, right? Like back in the day, like the B team was kind of headlining some of them at some times. Like,
yeah, to a degree.
To a degree, like I'd be okay with it. Like I don't think the top guys should be Like I think, be honest, like you could take one of those pay-per-views coming out of like SummerSlam and just be like, all right, let's give our top guys. I know you have to sell it, but you really don't because they have a deal with ESPN, so it's on. So it's not like you said. It's not like you're paying $40 or $35 for.
So you can try things out,
right? I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we never know what kind of stars come out of that. The roster is so stacked, good and bad reasons.
Yeah, it's true.
Why not? I mean, back in the day, you used to have to fight to get like a 4-minute match on Raw.
Oh, you used to fight to get on WrestleMania.
Yeah. Ask Cody Rhodes about that.
I'm talking way back in the day, though.
Oh my God, it was so cutthroat.
Like, dudes, like think about this, because all the memories come up from that one company that bring up like the old WrestleMania things. So WrestleMania 10, there was supposed to be a 10-man tag. It was on Raw the next night.
Oh.
It got cut. It got cut because Shawn and Razor went too long.
I thought it was because all the heels were in the back and they couldn't figure out who the captain of the team was going to be. That's what they told
us. That's what they told us. Yeah.
There's always a couple of those matches at Mania. That happened at 29.
Yeah. There's a couple.
I forgot what match it was, but one of the matches. Man, it might have been Brock Triple H. I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna go on record right here. I know I've said it on my own show, but I'm gonna say here, Brett Owen WrestleMania 10 is probably one of the best openers to any WrestleMania you could ever have.
Oh, what about Bryan and Triple H? That was a damn good match.
That was a really good match.
Shane and AJ. Shane and AJ
was good.
It's not Brett Owen. It's not Brett Owen.
It's not Brett Owen, but because like that was a good match.
Brett Owen made a first match of the night a fought for a spot now.
Yeah.
Nobody wanted that match before, and now like Jericho's like, I only want to be in the first match or last match.
Yeah.
Because that's when the crowd is the hottest.
Yeah. The first match is that's the best spot to kind of be in because you set the tone for the rest of the night.
And remember, we compared Bryan and Triple H and AJ and Shane to Brett and Owen, which was in a Madison Square Garden in the sound.
Yeah.
A lot different.
Oh, I mean, it was way different.
Oh, it was insane. So from a sound, but yeah, they were all great technical matches. I just said Shane. See, Triple H is a believer in absence makes the heart grow fonder. Where Cody fights to be there every week.
He wants to be there every week.
Yeah, which is cool. He's quarterback one. But Triple H, man, if you're gone for 2-3 weeks sometimes, it's good to make them miss you.
Mm.
Like,
Vince never thought that way.
No.
You're here.
Yeah.
You got one leg, good enough.
Yeah, your top guys were there.
Yeah.
Unless you were sick.
Or Brock.
Yeah. I mean, look, I like what we get, but like I think that the prestige of WrestleMania is kind of like lost the luster a little bit because of these 2 nights. It's greedy now. It's too much. Got to get everybody on the card. Got to get everybody a payday. Like I would love to go back to the days, and it's never going to happen. But one night, 4-hour show, give me your best matches, best storylines heading into WrestleMania. If guys get cut, if titles are missing, too bad. You got to find your way to get there again.
Yeah. Jim Ross always said WrestleMania spots should be earned, not given.
Yeah.
I agree. You don't just get a guy on because he's a nice guy and give him a payday.
Or he's got a belt. Who cares? Like, what's he doing?
No, I agree. All the matches that make sense. That's why I don't bitch about rematches either.
No.
I do think the business was built on rematches too.
Oh, it 100% was built on rematches.
Right. That's why when Cena Rock 2 happened, I mean, the timing sucked, but I understood why it made sense.
I was there for Cena Rock 2.
Oh,
I just didn't like the fact it was for the title.
Well, Rock said it was happening night after 28.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I just didn't want it because I just didn't think Rock. A, those two guys in a rematch didn't need the title, and B, CM Punk was at his peak, and you didn't need to take the title off of him.
I get that.
Like, you didn't really need to do it.
Yeah, and he had that streak going.
He had the streak going, and so Cena was gonna get his win back. Okay, so what? Who cares? Like,
do you put the title on Undertaker?
Or you could have made a triple threat or whatever the heck. Like,
no, he wouldn't have wrestled Taker then. He wouldn't have wrestled Taker then.
No, he wouldn't have wrestled Taker. He would have fought somebody else. But I'm saying, like, he was the WWE champion, peak. Like, The Rock didn't need the title. There was so many different directions it could have gone in.
Or you could have had Punk Rock rematch.
Yeah.
A Punk Rock rematch from Royal Rumble there.
Yeah.
Because the Shield got involved. And then you could have the Cena Taker match we always wanted.
Yeah. Could have done. There was so many different directions, but
I mean, who knows? There's always some type of you never know. But back then, man, you had to fight to be on that show. It's like you guys can relate because you're old school football fans. Like when we were kids, all kids ever talked about was I dream of playing in a Super Bowl. What if a ball was thrown to me? Would I catch it? Well, you hear kids growing up now and high school players say, my God, my dream is to be in a Super Bowl. And they don't care. They're not thinking about that. The Super Bowl is not what it used to be. It's still a big game, but it's not like
no, because they want to get their NIL money.
They want to get their NIL money in college, and then the pros are thinking about free agencies or my next deal. Oh, they're not upset if they get hurt. Sorry, not hurt. They're upset if they don't make the game.
Right.
Back in the day, man, like it was like we got to get there. We got to get there. We got to play this game. Mania was like that. Now I think it's like, I'm not a Mania. I'll still have a big role during the week, and I'll be on Backlash. Or I'll be on this, and I'm still going to get the same amount of money.
So real quick, you mentioned the B-level pay-per-view before, right? And like Star.
Back then, I'm talking about.
No, but I'm saying you said I'll take guys off. Who main evented Backlash in Puerto Rico, by the way? Damian Priest and Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
No, it was Cody and AJ.
No, I'm talking the one in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but that wasn't the main event. Cody was on that card. Didn't
Cody face Brock at that card?
Yeah, he did, and he beat him.
Right,
but that was the main event.
I thought
wow. I can't
believe the real main event was Bad Bunny.
They should never have followed Bad Bunny and Damian Priest.
No.
That was awesome. He was better there than the Super Bowl. I don't care. I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's a good point. Like sometimes, like Vince always had it where the champ has to close out the show. You wonder if you ask Vince now, man, if you could go back to WrestleMania 18, would you have Rock Hogan be the main event?
I would have.
They begged. Jericho begged.
Jericho and Triple H didn't want to follow those guys.
No. Triple H did. Triple H did. He had the ego.
Jericho didn't.
No, he knew. To this day, he says, I did not want to follow that match.
No.
It was like following Shawn and Taker. WrestleMania 25. Orton, Triple H said, you got to be kidding me. We're done already.
Yeah, screwed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of matches like that you looked at on WrestleMania cards, but, you know. That's a different discussion for a different
but in a different time period, different thought period.
Yeah.
It's so different when you're booking for like a pay-per-view where it's like you got to get people to buy.
Yeah.
Versus we know they're watching regardless.
That's true. That is true.
We have them. It's good and bad there.
Yeah.
I like that they're going live whatever time it starts. They started that last year. I think it worked. Unfortunately, I think that made them validate in their head we can go to Saudi Arabia for a show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still upset about that. I've talked to Steve about it. What's your thoughts on Saudi next year? I know that we're jumping ahead there.
I hate it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I hate it. Maybe dislike, but like
if they buy this one, they're gonna buy the next one and the next one and the next one. The money is not a problem to them. If this works and it makes the people,
they're working with an endless supply of money right now. It's not like they're like this has to work.
I like when WrestleMania goes around to the different cities and the different crowds can experience it.
I agree.
That's what makes WrestleMania WrestleMania.
It's our Super Bowl. It should
Right.
only be in America or at the most Toronto or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
London I'd be fine with too.
Everybody knows about like Minnesota really wanted a WrestleMania for years, but they got a SummerSlam instead. They announced they were going to New Orleans. They changed their mind to make money, but no one ever talks about the fact of like WWE agreed to go to Indianapolis. It was a 3-year deal. They were supposed to go for SummerSlam, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. When is this Indianapolis WrestleMania ever going to happen? Because I don't think it is. I think that is sailed. I think they cashed that.
I mean, the last Indianapolis WrestleMania was WrestleMania 8.
But they made a deal like 4 years ago
with the Indiana Sports Commission.
Yeah. It was a 3-year deal. I think they went there for SummerSlam. They went there for the Royal Rumble. It was supposed to be WrestleMania, but it's just vanished. I mean,
they have the next 3 or 4 planned in their head. We just don't know where they are.
Yeah.
They cannot do Saudi 2 years in a row. I think Vegas, they saw the numbers trickle in, and a ton of the big wigs from TKO live in Vegas. So this is, in their way, a good way to show off for them.
Yeah.
It's like kind of like being on home turf, like how UFC always likes being there.
Well, the one sad thing about all of this is that even with a half full arena, it's going to be the second like most money they've ever made in a wrestling show ever.
Yeah, and they're not just counting that show as revenue for the week.
They got Raw, SmackDowns, WrestleFest,
Hall of Fame, all the world. They sell a ton of. I mean, the merch sales are unreal there. It's a great. I mean, the media publicity they get in the town that week, you can't buy.
Yeah.
No. And you've got people from Japan interviewing Tiffany Stratton. Like, I'm saying as an example, like you can't buy that.
No.
So this is like their big medium week. That's why even if you're not on the show at Mania, you still play a big role because you could be doing 17,000 interviews like The Miz would do.
Yeah. Wow.
So let's get on to something. I'm thrilled. My boy Danhausen, my boy, is in WWE. He got flack from the internet marks, of course, for his debut at Elimination Chamber. As far as I'm concerned, he's knocked it out of the park the last 2 times we've seen him, and his shirt is selling like hotcakes.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not surprised. What do you think, Jim?
I'm not surprised at all. I think people had to understand who he was. They get an understanding of what he is. He's comic spot right now.
Yeah,
that's what he is. But it's perfect for him. This is who his character is.
Yeah,
I love it.
We used to say, well, I don't want this guy to go to WWE because Vince will put his hands on it and ruin what he's built. It seems like they're letting him be himself.
Yeah.
New for WWE. But WWE's never been great at that.
No. Oh, God, no. That's why Sting never wanted to go to WWE.
Right. Well, there was other reasons too, but that was the major one. He
said it on Table for 3. He said it with him, Jared, and Styles. He said when they had that show on the network, which was great. He's like, my biggest fear was that they were going to ruin the Sting character.
Yeah, he works to put so much equity into.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You're right. He did say that. Because Vince would never want to take credit for somebody else's work. Not saying he was honorable like that. I'm just saying.
You guys agree with this?
Come in that will make you money. He would still change it for the worse if he had to.
Yeah, but he couldn't change AJ Styles because the fans told him you just.
And Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
That's when those were like the first 2 guys where they actually didn't have to change their name.
No.
I mean, Finn Balor wanted to change his name. Yeah. Kevin Steen. I guess Kevin wanted to do Owens because of his son and Owen Hart.
Yeah.
That was the first. AJ kept his name.
I like Danhausen what he's doing right now. I love it.
I love it. I don't know if he's injured and can't wrestle. I don't think he needs to that often.
Who's he gonna beat? I mean, I love the guy. I'm not trying to throw shade. I'm just saying, like,
he just did, Steve.
He won that roster.
Go for it.
I don't think he's beating anybody.
You know what? He could win some United States title without us thinking. A crazy small package roll up. Who knows? He can wrestle. It's not like he's.
Oh, I get that. I mean,
Just,
but I don't even think he won matches in AEW.
They didn't do some good there. He did not do a good job with him. It's showing in 2 weeks already in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought WWE would do better jobs with people like this. That's what AEW was started for, to let people be themselves and get over.
The problem is when Danhausen got there, the roster was there's too many.
And he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
He was coming up the broken leg.
Yeah.
He was
always won like a couple of matches. That was it, though.
Yeah. And I mean, the other night they brought him out like during a commercial break,
just shooting T-shirts off,
and the crowd loved it,
popping, huge.
And but that's invaluable because then the crowd's still hot as the show goes on. I mean, his backstage segments are getting huge pops from the crowd.
Oh yeah,
I love it. I think he deserves it.
I'm glad he has the turnaround that he did because of the initial debut.
Yeah. That's why I always say, like, I remember when people ripped the Firefly Funhouse the first time. And I said, this is Bray Wyatt. He's a genius with this stuff. And they're investing money in it. Just give it time.
Yeah.
And then you can decide. WWE fans always think after one time they know everything. Give it time. It sucks after a while, then you know. And Bray was a genius with it.
He was.
Covered that, man. Steve, what's on your mind wrestling related? Make sure.
I just wish I cared. I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know how to. I like Raw. I sit down, I watch this
more than me.
Like, moving forward, I'm just like, I don't really know what we're doing here, but like, I enjoy watching Raw. I like watching the pay-per-views. I'm just not excited.
You got what, 4 weeks to Mania?
I think it's 38 days is where we're at. So
plenty of time to really build up some stuff.
Turn up the excitement.
What are you adding to this card that makes you excited, though?
The man with the pencil there?
I wrote down. I tried to write down 16 matches because I
Danhausen versus Drew McIntyre, 3 stages to fell.
No.
That'd be over in 5 minutes.
For this, they announced that they're going to go 1 hour on ESPN.
Yeah, the first hour is on ESPN free.
Okay, but do you actually?
I don't like that.
Do you think it's actually going to be WrestleMania, or it's going to be a 1 hour
pre-show? It's not the pre-show.
I think they're going to add 2 matches, 1 match each night, and it'll be on that. And I think that's how you get around it.
You book differently, knowing certain matches were free versus certain matches were paid for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't like that, man. That's why, dude, just enough with it. Like, if you're not subscribed by now, you're not subscribed.
Yeah.
It's a great way to do it for another pay-per-view. I don't care.
Yo, just bring back the free-for-all. Let's go.
Bring back the free-for-all.
Thank you. Channel. Let's go.
Let's bring back the free-for-all, man.
Like it. But not Mania, man. Like, no.
Dude, no. Like, the free-for-all, let me tell you something about the free-for-all for you folks that didn't experience the free-for-all.
Wow.
That was some awesome. First of all, you got a match. You got 1 match. And that match had to make you decide whether or not you were going to ask your mom or dad for that extra $35 to pay for that pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, remember Sunday Night Heat was also the lead-in?
Sunday Night Heat was great.
I loved it. But that was the lead-in.
Sunday Night Heat was the best.
You got a match or two. You get a promo.
You always got somebody getting jumped in the back.
Somebody jumped in the back. Are we going to have this match now tonight or what? I loved it. That was
Sunday Night Heat actually. Like, I know a lot of people. Everybody craps on Sunday Night Heat, but Sunday Night Heat actually sets stuff up for the pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and the Ross.
Yeah,
the Rock did some of his best work
on Sunday Night Heat.
When he was like on his rise. Mm-hmm. The Billy Gunn segment when he did that promo. It doesn't matter. Started on Sunday Night Heat. It was a fun fact.
But I see what Steve's saying. It's like, all right, if you're gonna give us a free hour, is it gonna be like UFC where you're just gonna give us nobodies?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna actually put on a main event player on this, like a casual fan knows by name to get us hooked to go buy the show?
Yeah.
You have to.
You have to, right?
That first match of the night is a coveted spot.
Like, think of the ones that we brought up earlier. We talked about Brett Owen. We talked about Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Somebody named another one.
AJ Styles.
And then what about, let's go to some of the manias, like WrestleMania 17 had, was it Jericho Regal open?
There you go.
Damn, good one.
And I think the following year, I think it was RVD and Regal.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And
I'm trying to think recently.
I forget.
Jay
when you had Brock come out and surprise everybody and say, let's get Rollins out here now, get the match started.
Yeah.
And the title against Brock to start that WrestleMania. Yeah. That was awesome.
Did he lose in like 30 seconds?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah. Brock wanted out of WWE, so that's why Brock demanded to have that match first. They didn't want that.
No, this is Brock's rule. He's either first or last.
No, he was in a fight with them.
No, but I see, the thing is, I do know, like, I know some people that know Brock. He either wants to be on first or he wants to be on last. If he's on first, he gets on his plane and he just bails.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And I heard this from a very good source to say that someone who's on Raw every week. He had a few drinks and he was talking about Brock. And we know this. It's no secret. He said, it's the truth. If Brock likes you, he'll sell. If he doesn't like you, you're going to have the worst match ever because he just won't sell.
No, and that's
why the Ambrose match sucks so much.
Yeah.
For many other reasons. But, man, this has been fun. Anything I'm missing, gentlemen, in the world of wrestling?
I mean, I don't know what else was on your rundown tonight.
I didn't have a
kind of threw a monkey wrench into this thing.
No, you didn't. I love it.
That's what makes these the best. Is that
wrestling should be. That's how wrestling should be. You're used to all these, this team, this player. Like, wrestling should be a little all over the place. TNA doing great stuff lately on AMC.
Yeah, they did.
At first, I was like, okay, let's see what they're doing, because I watched the show the other night. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I actually watched it start to finish. Really enjoyed it. Now, to their credit, Nick Nemeth was on the Talking Shop podcast, and he was talking about the company and the show coming up, and he got me interested. And I watched it, and I loved it.
TNA is doing really good work.
Yeah.
They're building some guys up. By the way, I was just going through some WrestleMania opening matches.
Okay.
WrestleMania 21, Rey Mysterio versus Eddie Guerrero.
Oh.
Like,
I was going to say versus Angle, but that's a SummerSlam.
Yeah, wow. That was a great opener, though.
Yeah.
That was a great opener.
Wow.
Like, damn.
I think 24 was not 24. 34, wasn't that Rollins, Miz, and Finn?
Yeah.
Okay. Decent, not great.
No, it was okay.
Fans in New Orleans just were so upset when Finn did not come out as Demon.
Yeah, they were mad.
He probably knew he wasn't going over, so why do it?
Yeah.
But, that's a big spot. I never always thought about that as a wrestling fan, being in that first match. That's
why Michaels was kind of like, because you hear it in the documentary, like, I think it's the WrestleMania 9 documentary. He's like, I gotta be the opener again. Like, I'm the IC champ and all this, because he had opened WrestleMania 7 and 8, and he's like, I gotta do this again. But he actually had a decent match with Tatanka. And
he had the match with Kurt Hennig.
Yeah. Well, that was SummerSlam, but
no, I thought it was WrestleMania 9.
Oh, 5. That was 5. No,
9.
WrestleMania 9 was Luger and
Luger Perfect.
Luger Perfect.
Fight in the back.
They jumped him. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
Sean was just an egotistical jerk.
Yeah, he really was.
So he's not the one to go by there.
No.
But I've heard Jericho put over that. That's why he was so upset to this day that him and Kevin Owens went second.
Oh, he was so mad.
He's still mad. One of the reasons he left.
Yeah, because first of all, just to talk about this for people that don't know, Owens and Jericho was supposed to be for Universal title.
Main event.
And that got strapped because Goldberg.
Yeah. And they had a year-long story.
Right. And so they got the U.S. title, fine. That should have just been on first.
Yeah, he's still upset about that.
Yeah,
he said
really
second,
is.
The biggest slap in the face.
Well, yeah, because it stinks. Because you have to follow.
He understood the business of it with Brock Goldberg. But Roman, he keeps saying Brock Goldberg. Main event was Roman Undertaker that year.
Yeah.
They changed that like the day before.
Yeah.
When they thought it was going to be Taker's last match.
Oh, he left the boots in the ring. You're right.
I was right there. Yeah. Then he's on a pay-per-view a few months later, but what do I know?
It was at WrestleMania, I think, the next year anyway.
Mm-hmm. A couple of WrestleManias.
Yeah.
He did.
And the one Taker's so mad about is the one in 35, I think, at MetLife, where he's like in the best shape ever. He got really ring ready, and he didn't do anything. He just beat up John Cena for like 6 seconds.
Yeah. That's true. That was a great one. I was there. That was great.
That was a long one.
Cena was in the crowd before the show. Like, remember that gimmick? He's like, I'm just going to sit in the crowd. He was sitting there in the crowd before the show started.
But that was a long one.
But that was when Manias were just too long.
That was way too long.
Like, it was sometimes you'd be like, my God.
All right, my final point, because I know you guys got to wrap. I'm going to say this.
Happy to have you, man.
Oh, I love being here.
Awesome.
I got to say, that Kofi pop that night killed the main event. Like the women triple threat women's match, the Kofi pop just killed the crowd the rest of the night.
Steve, anything in your mind?
Man, I'm all good. I just wish I did. If people watch this show with me and you, I am Mr. WWE. I'm Mr. Positive.
I know. I was more positive than you tonight, man. That's not how
I don't know what's going on, because like I get excited to watch Raw. I get excited to watch these shows, but I think we're just inching towards this WrestleMania of doom that people will talk about that just wasn't that good, that just nobody wanted to be there, nobody showed up. I don't know. I just see bad things coming. That's all.
All right. Hey, I mean, you can only keep it going. I agree in some ways. But Jim, I got to share a story with you. I know I promised no hockey talk.
That's fine.
But I got to tell you one story I know you like. I was at the Panthers game last night.
All right.
Had a blast. I was season was like a couple seconds over. We hung out at intermissions. But
got to see the home whites. Got to see the home whites.
Home whites. No, and they didn't announce they were going to do that.
No, home whites, baby, is the best.
That's like very circa 2004. But so these two guys next to me, one huge Detroit fan, and his buddy next to him goes, "Yeah, it's kind of like when we were in Italy for the games." I go, "What?" I'm like, "Did I just hear that correctly?" They go, "Yeah, we were in Italy for the women's gold medal game and the men's semifinal and gold medal game." And I go, "Are you kidding me?" I'm like, I'm going to spend this whole second period. Like, you got to tell me what it was like. And they said they were about 15, 20 rows behind the Hella book save with the paddle. And Caesar goes to me, "Get their information. I got to get them on my show." The Jim is somebody so we can pick their brain. And they didn't come back third period. They probably got better seats after having to be like, "Tell me." But to hear some people like who said they were there, and they were complaining about the beer first. I'm like, forget about the beer.
Like, who cares about the beer?
Because they're still upset there that they only had Corona there.
Oh, I'm sorry. They only had Corona there.
Yeah. And I'm like, all right, can we focus?
Here's the smallest violin playing for these people right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. And Jarvis's friends complained about that too.
Yeah, but those guys are just idiots. I met those guys. Those guys are crazy.
Sorry to bring up hockey, Jim. I just said I got to share that story with him.
But Jeremy, me and Jim got to call you out. You're the only one not repping USA Hockey right now.
I have so much stuff.
USA shirt on. I got my USA sweatshirt.
I have so much stuff in my room. I'm supposed to meet Matthew and Brady at the end of the month.
Nice.
They're going to be in Wellington.
There we go.
Signing.
I was at Club 11 with C's.
No.
Nice.
Woo!
At Club 11 partying with the USA Hockey team.
Nice. They're doing a signing down there?
They are.
Nice.
I met AJ Greer the other day.
Nice.
He was awesome.
Yeah, Greer's the man.
Basically said, the last couple of weeks have been a roller coaster. I'm just
like these guys this time of year, trade deadline.
Yeah. But I will not bother you with hockey there. Jim, I can't thank you enough coming on. Anything you want to close the show with? Any wrestling thoughts? Come on, man. I'm
gonna make my plea. I'm making my plea to everybody. Just enjoy the product. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Just enjoy the product.
Let's all root for Finn Balor.
I actually had fun a couple weeks ago. I went to the NWA in Tampa.
Nice.
And I went to the first one. There was two. I only went to the first. It was just cool to see some of the young generation coming up, mixed with some of the vets, and talking to some of the guys before and after the show, and just hearing man, they don't take it lightly. They want to be. It was just cool to see that.
Yeah, I like that.
And they had it set up old school 80s style, old school ring entrance.
I like that.
It was cool to see that. But I think Finn and Dom's going to be a banger.
Huge match.
Fun. It's going to be really
Dom's a banger. I just wanted to be one-on-one match.
Yeah, we don't need tag.
I know the Judgment Day has to get involved because that's what they do. I think Liv and Stephanie is going to surprise a lot of people.
I think it's going to be really good.
That's going to be good. I like the card so far.
I think it's going to be an underrated match. I think people are going to be surprised. I think Jade and Rhea has the potential to be a good match.
Ooh.
I mean, Rhea can make anybody.
Well, Rhea can make anybody look good. So I think that's why there's the potential.
Yeah. And I give Jade credit because going against Rhea one-on-one in the mic, which is not her strong suit.
No.
She did okay.
Here, I'll again, my third final talking point here. I'll just say this. I think WWE is realizing they have to take what worked in AEW for Jade, and they're bringing it over here. And they're just letting her just be herself.
There you go.
I agree.
Because when they first brought her in, I was not impressed. I was like, her AEW runs better. Something's missing. But
she never hit the top in AEW.
Yeah, I know. She didn't hit the AEW's women's division top.
Wouldn't have been a mountain to climb.
Yeah, because they had so much other talent there, but she was TBS champion. She had the streak, all this
and she
stuff.
was the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they brought her into WWE. They protected her too much. They didn't let her wrestle. It was Bianca doing a lot of the work.
And Naomi.
Right. Now it feels like Jade is back to who she was.
I agree.
And that's making it better.
This match is perfect this year. Last year it wouldn't have made sense.
No.
Jade's ready for this match now.
Yeah, she is.
I think it's a great point.
Yeah.
Steve, does that match interest you at all, or are you still just screw the card?
Rhea versus Jade?
Yeah.
I like it.
Stephanie versus Liv more, honestly.
That's going to be a good match, too.
Yeah.
It made sense to go that route.
Yeah.
The way they're doing it.
I
think the booking makes sense. It's just a lot of people don't like how it's coming across. I think the matches make sense.
Just
I think
we're allowed to critique it. We're allowed to give our feedback on it. Just enjoy it, though, because you all know you're going to watch it. Because you all know you're watching.
Holiday. WrestleMania is our holiday. Wherever you're at, it's our holiday.
You put it on.
That's that one wrestling event where
Last year, we're watching WrestleMania. What was it last year? Was it March? No.
Yeah.
April. It was Easter. Easter Sunday was.
Where the hell was I?
Cody, right?
Where the hell was I last year? I was at a game someplace. I was watching WrestleMania. I had it on my tablet.
No, when you're at a game watching WrestleMania,
hockey related.
Yeah, I was covering a hockey game and I had WrestleMania on.
No way.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
2025. Man, what world are we living in? Jeez, that's crazy.
We had we had it on. It was crazy.
That's awesome. Fellas, I can't thank you enough. Jim, thank you so much.
Hey guys,
please come back.
Thank you for the
invite. Come back. Please come back. Steve, always a pleasure, my co-host and brother.
Thank you.
And hey, assuming I'm out in Vegas that week, I want to be the correspondent for you and Teddy if I can be that.
Absolutely, definitely.
Right? I would love to be that guy.
Absolutely.
If I can get a wrestler cameo in that I'll do it, buddy.
Hey, we'll see what happens. We got we got some time to plan this out. I'd love to be back anytime you guys want me.
Dude, Jim, you have an open invite. You know that. Open invite. Especially with Mania, man. There's a lot to talk about.
We might be going to Double or Nothing in May.
Oh, that's right. It's in Queens.
Yes.
Flushing, whatever.
Yes.
It's at the Arthur Ashe Stadium?
No, it's in the other one. Armstrong.
It's tennis, right? The Center Stadium?
Yeah, it's tennis center, but it's in the second stadium this year.
Oh. Couldn't get the first? What the heck?
Couldn't get Ash Stadium for some reason?
For Double or Nothing?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, which is their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
Yeah. I think it's become their biggest pay-per-view of the year.
It has to be.
Right?
That's the show that kicked off the company. That's still one of the top 5 shows I've ever been to. That first Double or Nothing.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
Shame what they've become. But they turn things around, man. It's
yeah,
good.
Absolutely. I hope they turn around. I think they're turning.
I want all companies to thrive because that means more opportunities for more people.
That means more money for the wrestling business.
Absolutely. But fellas, always a pleasure. If you see this after, give us your WrestleMania thoughts. Oh, somebody asked real quick, Cody making movies. Do we think he's going to, my buddy Ralph from Hawaii, making movies. Do we think he's the next Bucks? I don't think so.
Nah.
But he is a star.
That movie's not going to be like a comedy. I think it's going to be like The Naked Gun. I don't think it's going to be serious.
Well, he did a cameo in the last one.
Yeah. And he did Street Fighter with Roman. Him and Roman were in Street Fighter, right? Yeah. So
yeah,
that's the one I think is going to be like The Naked Gun. I think that's going to be a real strict comedy. That's supposed to be really funny.
Okay, because in the last Naked Gun, he did do a cameo in it.
Yeah.
Very, very small role. No, Cody would like to transition to acting. He had originally said, "I don't want to do wrestling past 40."
And didn't he go to school for acting?
Yeah.
He spent time in LA.
Dusty sold his watch so he could go.
Yeah. You're right. And DDP was calling people out there saying this kid's a star.
Yeah.
Yeah, wrestling was not the first thing.
No.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Take care. Pleasure. This was fun, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.